Hi, I'm Jontel.
And I'm Robert.
And today we are going to talk about 11 seeds that you can direct sow or start indoors for your spring garden.
That's right.
Okay. Okay, it was supposed to be 10, but I got 11 and I couldn't cut it down any further. So, all right. Do you want to pick out your favorite?
Oh, okay. I didn't.
I know he didn't pick these. I'm just making him do it with me.
I mean, those are. We're gonna grow anything good this year? I don't know. I mean.
Oh, come on.
I mean, I feel like it's either gonna be some radishes because
No, you can't do both of them. You just have to choose one.
I have to choose one.
You already said radishes, so you have to do radishes.
But I like cabbage.
You said it. So you messed it up. Okay. So radishes. Okay.
I like radishes because when you grow them yourself, they're real spicy. And that tastes good.
Okay, so we're going to talk first about seeds that you can direct sow, starting with radishes. Radishes are one of my favorite because they're great for succession planning, and their harvest is generally like 22 days, like 30 days. So you can direct sow these into the soil after your first frost date, or some people do like slightly before their first frost date. These can handle a light frost, so like 34, they can handle a light frost in those temps. So yeah, direct sow your radishes. How do we like to eat radishes?
Right out of the ground with salt, but I like the white ones better.
We also like them roasted. Yeah, so these are the Baker Creek Heirloom Pink Beauty radishes. We've just had really good success with this variety, and so it's the one that I chose. But I really like to grow a variety of radishes. I just really don't have great luck with the big long ones, and these are like a very small one, and I have really good luck with them.
Didn't we pickle them too?
Yeah, we used like a pickle, like a jar of brine, and like added radishes to them, and they were okay.
Real rewarding.
Nobody was like real impressed with them.
Real rewarding for the kids because radishes grow fast.
Yeah, that's true, but they don't like to eat them.
I do.
Okay. Well, so next is going to be beets. Again, this is a variety that I've had really great luck with. It's the High Mowing Early Wonder Tall Top Beet. Tall Top Beet. So all of your root vegetables you're going to direct sow, and that includes like rutabagas, turnips, all those things. I'm not putting those on here because I've never grown those things before, but beets are a really good one for like roasting, juicing. I don't know, we just like grate them on salads. Also, you can eat the greens.
Put them in my meatloaf.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. All right, and then next we're going to, that's two. All right, number 3 is going to be carrots. Another root vegetable you're going to direct sow into your spring garden.
Mm-hmm.
I've shared before, but we have a really great memory with this particular variety, the carrot cosmic purple. There were kids swimming in the swimming pool, and then like Penelope would run over and like grab a carrot out of the dirt and like jump back into the swimming pool with her carrot and like snack on it.
They were all gone.
Yeah, so like we didn't even get really a good harvest out of those because the kids just ate them right out of the ground. Next, direct sow seed is snap peas.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
This is actually my favorite from last year, probably sugar snap peas. So like I like this particular variety of peas for one main reason, and that is that you can harvest them at 3 different times. You can harvest their shoot. You can harvest their immature pod as like a stir fry, or eating them like just as the full pod, or you can harvest them as a shelling pea. And so they are like multi-use, and they are really good. Peas, generally you have to plant a lot of them if you're going to harvest like a lot, but I don't know, like I think I read in like Backwoods Magazine you have to plant out like 30 feet of peas, and that only gives you enough to harvest for the garden. But I don't know, we had good luck on just planting both sides of our cattle panel trellis last year and harvesting enough to enjoy and then like make like a creamed pea dish. Oh, you did? Okay. So the last one to direct sow is cilantro. Cilantro does really good if you This is a slow bolt cilantro again from Baker's Creek, but it does really good. Out of here. It does really good if you sow it when it's still going to get a frost. So really, really early spring. Really early spring, you're going to plant your cilantro. It's not a heat-loving plant. It does not like the sun. It does not like the heat, and generally will tend to bolt. And once it bolts and gets those flowers, you're going to get that really soapy flavored cilantro. It turns a really like fragrant flavor. Not good, I don't suppose. You're not holding it.
Hello, cilantro.
Okay. Okay, these are ones that you can either start inside for an earlier crop, or you can sow them. You can direct sow all of these. Well, I wouldn't direct sow cabbage, but you can direct sow all of these. But these ones I will be starting indoors.
Okay. Is there anything else to direct sow?
No, these are all like not. I'm gonna start these indoors.
These are really good. Cabbage.
Okay, so this is a cabbage. Generally, I wouldn't suggest cabbage for an urban garden because you just get one. It's a massive plant, so it takes up a lot of real estate.
Yeah. Real big.
It's real big. And that's the reason I'm not recommending like broccoli or cauliflower or romanesco. Those are all plants that are like a one and done plant. You can always harvest the greens on those for like extra like production. But if you have a small urban garden, you don't want to take up a lot of real estate. However, we make an exception for cabbage, and that is because of sauerkraut.
Yeah, I mean, one of these made a real big sauerkraut. And then we made a kimchi too, didn't we?
We did. Huge, like a half-gallon jar, or a whole gallon jar of kimchi.
And they were both gone really fast.
Like a week.
Yeah, even the kids ate them.
Yeah, and I think like it said that like there's more probiotic in one spoonful of sauerkraut than there is in an entire bottle of probiotics, like pills. So it's just they're like a really beneficial food, and it's one of the ways we get like our probiotics and our prebiotics. Are those fermented foods, and so cabbage eats up real estate in our garden. So I would start this one indoors, personally. I don't know what's the harvest time on it. Harvest time is when it's ahead. Okay, next is...
The weirdest thing we grow.
Why is it weird?
It just looks real strange. It like grows like a big ball out of the ground, and then we just don't pick them in time. They go bad.
That's not true.
Okay.
It's Kaleravi. Anyways, yeah, so Kaleravi is, I'm going to show this one because actually a lot of people don't know about Kaleravi. Kaleravi is like a bulb that grows above the ground with it's a brassica. And so all of your brassicas are going to be spring plants, and we like this one a lot. Yes, we did let some go to waste. I was pregnant last year.
Me too.
But it's a really good one. It kind of tastes like there's like a faint radish flavor. It's like if it's a broccoli stalk.
How did we eat it? I don't even remember. We shredded it once, and that's all I remember.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's like it has a strong broccoli stalk flavor, and then I think there's just a hint of floral radish. It's really delicious. So we've chopped them and thin and put salt on them, and he's looking at me like we don't do this, but we've done this. Cut this part out. We've sliced them thin and just sprinkled salt on them and eat them as a snack. We've chopped them and put them in stir fries. My favorite thing to do with them is to grate it and pickle it with peppercorns and vinegar, and even some some spices, and then we put it on eggs and whatever. You put pickled stuff on it.
Make
so
sauerkraut
delicious.
out of it.
Not really well. I could make a sauerkraut out of it, I bet.
That's what
a
we're doing
fermented
this
kimchi.
year.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to try that out. I haven't done that. We pickled it. We didn't.
Kaleravi.
Kaleravi.
Sounds like a bad Pokemon.
I don't know what number we're on. Ding, ding, ding. We should have a counter or something.
73.
Okay, number next. Okay, so I have two here, but as a whole, this is Asian greens. Asian greens are another spring garden lettuce.
Okay.
Lots of lettuces. Well, we haven't done all the lettuces, but yes, this is bok choy I did last year, and I have a feeling I'm going to see a lot of bok choy in my garden because I let it go to seed to collect the seeds.
Yeah.
But we had goldfinches who apparently really like them, and when you opened up a pot of bok choy, it just spills bok choy seed all over the place. It was fun to harvest. But yeah, bok choy, and I also got tatsoi this year, which is kind of like a bigger head of Asian green. I don't know, I'm excited to try that one. Yeah, so Asian greens, another nice leafy green for your spring garden.
Also known as spoon mustard.
Ooh. Yeah, mustard greens, like all those are like Asian greens that are really good for your spring garden.
It's packed over in Boise.
Yes, Snake River is packed in Boise, which why we like it, because it is bred specifically for our area. You want to do this one? We can talk about it.
Okay.
Next.
If you've got a passion for greens that are also different colors, then you probably should try 5-color silver belt Swiss chard. Chard's really good because you can use it as like a salad. You can fry it up and cut the stalks up, fry those too. You could stir fry it, you put it in a soup. You could do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, and we planted our chard last year in our front garden, which gets really intense morning heat and then like...
Not enough water.
Well, that's because it's not on a watering system. But, and then it gets like afternoon shade. And because it's a leafy green, it really appreciates the partial shade. And it actually grew all summer. We just cut it down like in the fall.
There's actually some out there right now.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, it's a small plant and it hasn't died.
Yeah, it never bolted for us. And so it grew the entire spring through the summer. And it froze pretty bad, I thought.
Yeah, but it's weird. There's still one that's alive out there.
Oh, well, he chopped them all down, but like apparently they're growing back. So, all right. Chard is a favorite of mine. My father-in-law grew chard and would always bring us these huge bags of like these massive, beautiful leaves. And I had never had chard. I'm not a big fan of spinach, but chard is like so good.
We got that red Russian Kale.
So any kale, we have like the dinosaur kale or like Tuscan kale. We have the red Russian kale. We have the blue Scotch kale. Any kale is going to be great in your spring garden. Again, the same bed that we had our chard in last year, we had our Tuscan kale in last year, and it also, if the aphids hadn't got to it, it would like still be producing. It lasted us through, in a partial shade garden, it lasted us the entire summer without bolting.
And this style can handle abuse and still keep producing.
Does it say that on the back?
Yeah, can handle abuse and still keep producing.
It does say that. Open pollinated. Yeah. So kale, another one is really fantastic in your spring garden. Can handle low temps. Lastly.
Oh yeah, this was the really good lettuce, huh?
It was the really good lettuce.
It
Yeah.
had a weird like texture.
It had a soft texture. It's a tender lettuce.
Of goodness.
So lettuce is another one that does good in your spring garden. It does not like the heat, and it can handle low temperatures down to like 34-ish. Some of like kales and like brassicas can usually handle like lower temps even, like maybe 28. Like if you were to get like a random day, right, without like having to put a sheet over those things. The lettuces can handle down to like 34. Like cilantro, like peas, things like that can usually handle down to like 34. So this is my favorite. I grew this last year and it produced so prolifically and it was so pest resistant that I got this lettuce out specifically. It is the Flashy Butter Gem lettuce. And I think because of the red speckling in it, it did really well. I don't know. Plants that tend to have like purples and things, I don't think get eaten up as much as like their green counterparts. And this one again was just it. Well, last year we had a long, cold spring, and it was wet, and we had so many pincer bugs. It was like the whole area, like our like local nurseries were putting out videos on how to get rid of the earwigs, and all my lettuces were getting eaten down by earwigs except for this one, and slugs too. And this one, it just right next to its neighboring green lettuce plants, this one didn't get bothered. So, and we actually enjoyed it better. It was tender and delicious, and
it lasted for a long time in a bag too.
Well, yeah, most fresh lettuces do. So those are the 11 plants that we have tried and true recommend for your urban spring garden. We also want to talk a little bit about seed availability. This year, seed producers are already seeing huge orders, way more than they're used to. Baker's Creek, I think, shut down at some point because they had like 6 times the orders more orders than they had anticipated, or from last year or something to that effect.
Well, I think they had a COVID outbreak too.
They did, yes. And then also in, let's see, in November when I was ordering, they were already out of many varieties. Get out of here, kitty cat.
Like right away.
Yeah, same with my gardener. Yeah, there's just a lot. So if you wait until spring to buy your spring garden seeds, I think you're going to see less availability. Oh my goodness. Get out of here. You're going to see either less availability or perhaps even like out of stocks, things like that. I know even some of the local nurseries we saw last year were sold out of seeds. So, and then to give you guys some recommendations on things you can do if you can't access the seeds that you want, or any seeds for that matter.
Oh, is that me?
Sure. Do you want to have the cat
Sure.
is playing with the seeds?
Sure. So a couple things that we've done in the past. So when we lived in Washington, we noticed that the library had a free seed catalog, and all they asked is that you bring some of the seeds back for the following year. So I remember we got a lot of them that way. You can obviously participate in like a local seed swap program. Look for seed swaps on like Craigslist Marketplace, groups on Facebook. Host your own sort of party deal. There are also several websites that give stuff out for free. I don't have any of them like on the top of my head right now. Off the top of my head right now.
Yeah. They're like heirloom seed companies. We'll try to find it and link it in the description box. But it's like an heirloom seed company, and you can get like 4 free seed packets per year.
And a lot of them will ask you to either donate, like what the shipping would be, or just to donate some money, or just pay shipping. And then there's also, well, I had a couple other ones that I saw. I guess that was really it. The other one would just be to save your own seeds. So if you're buying organic produce, butternut squash,
That's an easy one.
spaghetti squash,
Sure.
like pumpkins, anything basically that's organic.
Well, anything that's organic and has the seeds present already, like, right? You can't buy like kale and it's not going to produce the seeds, right?
Right.
But
So
like
mostly like your
squashes, tomatoes, peppers.
Some fruit.
Well,
Well, you're not gonna. I have watermelon,
oh yeah, totally watermelon.
cantaloupes.
Yeah. Did I say cucumbers?
Oh yeah, cucumbers.
Yeah. So there's a handful of produce that you buy if you're buying like good organic produce. Then you could plant it. Also, that's a good way to get seeds. And then, ouch. Go. And then like he was saying, like a seed swap, like don't forget to reach out to your like Facebook communities. You can just say like, hey, I have extra XYZ seeds. Does anybody want to trade for whatever? Or just open like a seed swap. Does anybody want to like swap seeds, or like host at your house a garden planting party, or a community seed swap and invite people over to divvy out, because you get like a pack of seeds, and a lot of times like the chard or the kale will last me 3 years because I'm not planting out that many in my urban garden. And that's enough for my family and for me and to give away. So, and then you can, again, like keep 10 seeds. That's 10 kale plants. That's an insane amount of kale. And then give away like 10 seeds and trade them. Get out of here, cat. Give away 10 seeds and trade them for another plant.
And then think about what seeds you can save this year for next year, especially if you want to trade anything, you know. Like we had that really good pumpkin that we need to save the seeds from, right? Or do we have some of those already? But anyways, you might have something laying around that you could save seeds from and trade for, and blah blah blah. Also, just look at every store that you go to. A lot of them will just start carrying seeds. Like the grocery stores have them, retail stores have them or have them pretty soon, and a lot more places are carrying like heirloom or organic than they used to.
Yeah, especially like your health food stores and stuff. So, yeah, I think that's everything. I hope this gets you excited. We are going to be seeding a lot of these in the next week or so. As soon as I can wash out my pots from last year, I'll be seeding. I would have done it already if we hadn't had like a cold last week. But yeah, so that's it for me. Anything else to add?
No.
All right, guys. May the Lord bless you and happy homesteading from Morris Microstead. And today, guys,